A task force has been formed to help in the extraction of the grounded U.S. minesweeper and ensure that no further damage happens to the Tubataha Reef. President Aquino himself ordered concerned government agencies to coordinate closely with their U.S. parts in such efforts. Rocky Ignacio reports.
President Aquino has ordered concerned government agencies to closely coordinate with their U.S. counterpart regarding the USS Guardian that ran aground in the Tubataha Reef in the Sulu Sea. DOTC Secretary Joseph Emilio Jun Abaya said the President wants a concerted and proactive effort in salvaging the area that had been considered as the country's national treasure. The Tubataha Reef was declared a national heritage by the UNESCO.
Well, of course, he is mindful of that national treasure that we have, the very asset of the Tubataha Reef. And he wanted to make sure that we be proactive in this, we minimize damage. We should have a close coordination with the Americans, that we shouldn't just allow them to conduct their salvage operations on their own. The plan should be vetted, the plan should be concurred in, and likewise to keep him informed and the public informed.
The government has formed a task force to ensure effective coordination between the Philippines and the U.S. naval forces in salvaging and extracting the USS Guardian. The task force is composed of the Coast Guard, the Philippine Navy Western Command, the Philippine National Guard, and the DNR.
A task force has been formed to be headed by Coast Guard, and underneath would be units coming from the Navy, Western Command, PNP, and DNR. This afternoon, both General Oban and Commandant Admiral Isorena will be on their way to Puerto Princesa in order to establish the post. For the meantime, our immediate concern, which is under the mandate of DOTC, is maritime environmental protection. The armed forces are directly in touch with the U.S. Navy counterparts. And this morning, I've made a couple of calls to the Commander Naval Forces West, Commodore Rostum Peña.
Meanwhile, presidential spokesperson Edwin Lecerda said there was nothing irregular with the presence of the U.S. minesweeper in the restricted Palawan waters. He said Defense Secretary Walter Gasmin has confirmed that there was a port call request for Puerto Princesa by the USS Guardian and the request was granted. But Abaya claimed this will not stop the government from demanding the U.S. to compensate for the damages to the reefs. Undersecretary Eduardo Oban and Philippine Navy Admiral Jose Luis Alano will meet Rear Admiral Thomas Kearney, commander of the Logistic Group Western Pacific, to discuss the salvaging and extracting operations for the USS Guardian. At present, no oil leak from the vessel has been reported in the area.
We should await the assessment because they're the guys on board. They will see the damage and basically determine what needs to be done. As relayed to me a few hours ago, the option shall be laid out by tomorrow, and General Oban will be there, the flag officer in command will be there, and likewise the ground commander for the U.S. Navy will be there. From there, we could get a better assessment as to time frame.
For the People's Television, Rocky Ignacio.